Hello, YouTube subscribers. Today or tonight, whenever you're watching this, I am doing another horror movie. An- Another horror movie review for you, for all of you, of my subscribers. Now, if you guys couldn't tell by the title of the video, which I know you all did, um, like new video from Dylan's channel. Shocking. I know. I'm a bad YouTube channel. Uh, I, I was bad. I went good, and then I slowly went back to bad, to good, to bad. So let's hope this bar of returning will be good. Now, now, uh, but to the movie review. It's on the very first Jeeper Creepers movie. Um, yeah, I mean it's not the original cover, but I ordered it from Walmart. I enjoy I actually like the cover, even though it's not the original cover. I still like the cover. But I ordered this off of Walmart years ago. After I ordered the after I ordered the Trick or Treat Studios proper replica Jeepers Creepers X, which I did do a video review for that like years ago. Um, which I actually liked the prop. I really enjoyed the prop. Almost took my eye out with it, but I enjoy it. Uh, I the Jeep. What can I say about Jeepers Creepers? I mean, the the movie overall is good. The If you just look at the first movie, just the first movie, um, if you just look at the very first Jeepers Creepers movie, it's good. Now, if you try to add it with the franchise that it bloomed, then it's terrible. Mostly like every other movie that grew a franchise. Um, but the first Jeepers Creepers movie, when I first saw it when I was a kid, I was scared of it. I personally understand how I could have been scared. I was a young little boy, um, scared of everything. Second, the one good thing about this Jeepers Creepers movie is that you didn't see much of the creeper. I mean, sure, there was one scene before the ending scene when it did reveal how he fully looked like from head to almost toe. But for the whole entire movie, he was actually in the shadows. I mean, when he was standing right behind that cat lady, sure, he was still in the shadows, but you get to see a little bit of his face, like his teeth, his lips, uh, bits and pieces of his cheeks, his eyes. Which actually in that scene, it was a deleted scene, but in that scene, he was actually supposed to talk, but they deleted it because the director thought it would ruin the movie, which I totally agree. It would have. I mean, it would have added some a bit creepiness to it, but I got to admit, when some horror icon serial killers uh just does not talk, it makes the horror character at least better, because it keeps that fear factor in you. I mean, when the Jeepers Creepers franchise went on, it really didn't, but with Art the Clown, it does. I mean, the dude is going on his fourth movie, and the dude, I mean, sure, you could say that in the third movie he used the first Survivor Girl as his voice box, but he really didn't do the talking himself. He was still mute. But I liked how, I, to me, that was one of the things that I remember why I was scared of the first Jeepers Creepers movie. Um, uh, and honestly, that's one of the things I still enjoy of the first Jeepers Creepers movie, is that you have your icon main horror character in the shadows. You don't fully get to see him in his full glory, scene to scene. You see him in the shadows. Mostly, you don't see him at all. And he, that's actually what I like about the new Nosferatu, is that basically, yes, there was some scenes, a good handful of scenes with him in it, but he was still in the shadows, lurking in the shadows. Um, so, uh, uh, so I like, instead of, I like the way the director visioned our two main characters that we go through the movie together, is that they're not a couple. They're not a boyfriend and girlfriend like in every other horror movie that came before Jeepers Creepers, but um, they're brother and sister. Now that was a good twist. I truly believed he did very well with going into the very first Jeepers Creepers movie for our two main antagonists. Um, and I love how them two acted very well as a real brother and sister. The arguing, the eye to eye understanding of where the brother is heading and where the sister is heading, and how they both can understand each other by just that feeling of the fear, the eye contact, that just the anything. How, and to me, I truly believe that's how some siblings are, and to me, that is great. Um, of how he actually put that in there. Yes. Do I know the history behind the director? Yes, I do. And basically, years later, jumping back into Jeepers Creepers, I truly had a very certain vision of the movies. And yes, do I still love the first movie to this day? Yes, I do. Granted, what the director has done, I mean, you can see bits and pieces in the first movie of that, but not much like you can in the second movie, the third movie, the requel, uh, the reboot, the reborn, whatever. Um, Not the requel, but the reboot, the reborn, the fourth movie. Wasn't really a fourth. Um, uh, but it compared to the first movie to the rest of the movies, it's a lot more good than the rest of the movies, because it's not leaning to of how the director truly in his personal life. Even though, yeah, that he quoted that's actually how he came up with the creeper. I mean, what creator doesn't connect themselves their to the horror character that they are creating? But in the second one, I truly in the second one and third one, I truly believe he added too much of himself into the creeper that basically not just destroyed his life, but also destroyed the franchise. Um uh and then even though I got to admit the second one was good, I liked the second one, even though the creeper went a bit Freddy Krueger funny wise, and we got to see more of him. I mean, it ruined it, but it was still good to a point. The third one sucked. It got our hypes up of what it was supposed to do, and it did not deliver. The Reborn CGI sucks. I'm pretty sure I did a review for that. Yeah, so. But what I got to say for that is the CGI sucked. The casting really didn't care about. The story plot sucked. The Creeper was kind of cool. I liked it, the way he looked. But the whole voodoo crap, no, I didn't like that. But just focusing on the first movie, it's good by itself. It should have just been by itself. Like all horror movies that started something great and should have and just stayed great by itself, and not everything needs a franchise. But and I like the twist. Like, sure, of course, well, shocking that the girl survived. Okay, yeah, now generation expects that shit. That basically the girl always survives in horror movies. But back then, it was shocking because and it was shocking to me when I first watched it, because I was expecting, like every horror character, going after the girl. And that's what makes a great survivor girl, is that she's not just strong against the horror killer in the movie, is that she also is that that's how she also because that's how she survives, because they're 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 the same. And that actually goes for the creeper and the sister, is that and Trish and base, which I also like. And the only thing I liked of the third movie is that the post credit scene, how they brought back the actress that played Trish from the first movie, trying to tie her in and everything, which making the first movie stand as the first, which I was shocked. Making the third movie the sequel instead of the first movie, that's why I was shocked how they still kept the first movie as the first movie. Um, but making the second movie the actual third movie, and making the third movie the sequel. But that's the only thing I liked about the third movie, is that the post credit scene was where he brought Trish back, the actress that played Trish, trying to leaving the third one open for a fourth. And even though we didn't get fourth, I still liked it, the post credit scene. But even though Trish was still our survival girl, and still was a simple uh where, just like Nancy, Trish was Nancy, and the creeper was Freddy, where basically they're the same character, the same person. And Trish told the creeper that basically he didn't want Gary, because Gary was basically the one that was afraid, that was scared. And terrified and all that shit. But she's headstrong. She doesn't feel fear. She is everything that the creeper is. Everything that the creeper does not want. He doesn't want somebody trapped that's just like him. He wants somebody that would be afraid of him, uh that would be scared of him and trying to run, and that's the fun of the thrill for the creepers that once he wakes up, he doesn't capture victims that's easily catchable that are afraid. He looks for a victim or two that will give him a cat and mouse game, and that's the thrill that he enjoys. And that's what Gary did. And it as much as a lot of people now these days hate that whole thing of a cat and mouse game, but that's some things horror fans do enjoy. Like me, I still enjoy that certain type of thing. Is that it? And because that's what makes a horror movie so great. Is that you learn that from your horror killer and your survival character is that you don't is that yes, he or she enjoys the cat and mouse game. That's so far as you know. Maybe so does your victim. They're the same or the opposite. And that's something the killer may or may not want. May want the complete opposite or the complete equal as the killer. So right there and then when the creeper had Gary in a hold of ready to fly off of Gary, ready to take him as a prisoner, you knew when he was looking at Trish that basically he was not going to let him go. That basically he knew that you basically knew Gary was fucked. That basically the creeper was already satisfied for what he got. Extra kills, extra food in his belly, a chase, and a victim. And the one thing he did not expect though was basically meeting his ultimate enemy, basically the person that would become his enemy, his equal at that moment. And that's what scared him. And also what I truly believe what the third one failed to do was when Gary was down there in the basement looking at the creeper's lair, when the camera showed the creeper's bed type coffin, the coffin bed thing that the creeper sleeps in over 27 years, I want to say, or something like that. Basically, the creeper is basically Pennywise. Is that basically Pennywise looks for somebody that could give him fear because Pennywise craves that. That's what feeds Pennywise, and that's what feeds the creeper is the fear. The fear is the delicious meal part. And just catching you is the dessert. So, and I truly believe that's what made the first Jeepers Creepers so good. Now the second one, where all of them was trapped on a bus, sure, that was great. That was thrilling, but mm, it felt more Freddy Krueger-ish. Well, comparing to the first movie, it felt more it-wise. Um, but I liked the action scenes from the first movie. I liked the story plot a whole lot more. I liked the blood. I liked it um, I liked it a little bit of blood that we saw. I like how they didn't show so much of the creeper, like the other movies later on did. I like how we only see a little bit of him when he was in the shadows. Once again, that's what I liked about the new Nosferatu. It showed a little bit of him, but it was in the shadows. And when they did, it was more up close with the eyes and not the whole face. Um, and to me, when I was watching the new Nosferatu, I truly felt like that's what horror movies needs to be now these days. Once again, it brings back that classic feeling of what a horror movie should be. And to me, that's this. The original Jeepers Creepers is one of them. Is basically a little bit of a cat and mouse game, but it's not like a Scream cat and mouse game, and it just brings screams and a little bit of thrill. No, you want the chase to be long. You want there to be a actual story plot. You want a lot more kills. And that's what I truly believe, and that's why I love the original Jeepers Creepers a whole lot more than the others. Because it has that original feeling, of course. I mean, whoever likes the franchise a lot more than the actual original movie, you suck. Clearly, not every fan sees your opinion, um, but now my sister, okay, I truly believe whoever's scared of the Jeepers Creepers movie, like the the first movie, at least just the first movie. I mean, when I watched the second movie with my sister and mom, I had a good time. I was laughing through the whole damn thing. I mean, sure, I was a bit older, and it was on TV, and uh, but my mom and my sister enjoyed it a lot more than the first movie because they were more terrified from the first movie than the second. But now the one thing I truly feel why okay, my sister loved the actor that played Gary, or if I'm saying the character's name right, but the actor that played Gary, my sister had a huge crush on him, which I didn't understand, but hey. Um, and she said that the one reason why it scared her is because it traumatized seeing her favorite actor getting his eyes ripped out. No, I truly feel like there was more depth than that. It's that knowing how the person watching horror movies is, and knowing how scared they can get from not just from the horror killer, but also from the survivor, or even not the survivor character. That um is that basically we all have our creepers. We all try to that we don't want a creeper, but we end up having one. And my sister did. And I truly believe that's what and I truly believe I that would help her she would, I would think that's why she would like the film and not be scared or hate it. But I understand now a whole lot of people like to face their fear, and that was one. I truly feel like that's not what my sister wanted to admit, is that she was scared of the movie because yeah, sure, she saw her favorite actor eyes getting ripped out, but that's more of a sad thing. Which I have my hates on those type of movies as well, but um, is she has a creeper, and not everybody can face a creeper. Everybody feels like they have to run from it and not face it. When I truly believe that's why I like the Jeeper Creepers movie, is that it shows you you're a creeper. It shows you have a creeper. You feed that creeper with that fear. And I also feel like that's the same thing for it, is that you're afraid of clowns. Your phobia feeds that your fear feeds that phobia of clowns, and it just makes you more scared until you face your fear. And I truly believe that's why not everybody has a creeper, because not everybody has a certain type of fear. Everybody um that has a phobia of clowns, that in a way that's their creeper, and um in another way that's their it form. Everybody has their creeper, everybody has their Freddy Krueger, so on and so on. So me, yes, I do, but I faced mine. Am I scared of clowns? No. But did I have a creeper? Yes. But I faced mine. I was no longer afraid of mine. So, and I still have fear. It just, I try not to show it as much. But, overall, getting back to the movie, instead of my wonderful talking of fear and all that shit that you get from the movie, and how the person feels from the movie, but what I but those two things that we saw in the beginning of the movie of Jeeper Creepers, that happened in real events that actually took place years, like very, 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 very long time, years ago. Um, and sometimes that's actually what I like that directors do. Um, Along with adding their own imagination of like the rest of the movie. So that's another thing I liked about the first Jeeper Creepers, which I didn't know that until I came across a video of someone talking about it along with the movie. So yeah. Drop a comment down below. What's your favorite Jeeper Creepers movie? Also comment down below. What's your favorite Jeeper Creepers survivor? What's your favorite scene? Kill? Comic book? Because movie, comic book, scene, page, kill, whatever. And yes, there are Jeeper Creepers comic books. So also drop a comment down below If I did anything wrong that you guys may not like that I did in this video, please comment that down below so I could change it later on and do it better next time. Also, please hit that subscribe button if you're a newcomer randomly dropping by. If you're an old subscriber, welcome back. I welcome all new and old subscribers with open arms. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. Whenever you're watching this. Peace.